for online.com/wrestlingobserver.com. Shut up, Curry. Fucking dork.
What happened now?
He's just complaining we were a minute late. He's never happy about anything. It's a problem with people. Oh no, what's up with this battery button right here?
I'm sure it's not.
Yeah, what's that, Jared? The battery's low, it's plugged in. Charge the battery? How do we do that? You don't know? Yeah, I'm like talking to a man who can't answer. That's weird. So my camera may apparently die in the middle of this because the battery's low. Maybe Jared could text me and let me know what the hell's going on here. But if it does die, you're in the middle of the show. Okay, what's he saying here? There is no battery.
That sounds like a problem.
Well, I see. So it just tells me that there's no battery in case it becomes unplugged. Is that what it's doing? It's weird.
Does it do this every time?
No, it's the first time I ever noticed there's a low battery thing.
For a camera with no battery in it?
Yeah, I'd never...
I mean, that is low.
Yeah, he noticed a week ago. I've never noticed.
I see.
There must be a battery in it that's not charging for some reason.
It accidentally unplugged or something?
I don't know, but the camera's on, so... As long as that camera don't unplug, everything's all right. See, you see, dork, curry head, like, so we started late, now I just talked for 10 minutes about a damn camera battery. Where's Craig?
He's been there the whole time.
You there, Craig?
Oh.
There, he's over there.
You haven't heard me one thing I've said since...
Not one thing, I had the wrong channel on.
No, you didn't. I heard him just fine.
No, after I pushed the button, you idiot.
No, before the show started.
I know, but then I mute everybody to play the music. And then I turned on the wrong channel, so there was silence on Craig's end.
Gotcha.
So
what were you explaining, Craig?
I have a bit of a bone to pick with you, Mr. Alvarez.
With me?
Yes, sir.
This I gotta hear. So this has to do with Rodney and water. I don't want to hear it. I heard enough of that today when he finally listened to the show. He wants an apology. He wants me to
Rodney.
apologize for suggesting that he goes into a giant dry cleaner instead of showering.
Well, apologize then.
Well, I have no proof.
Bryan doesn't apologize.
That's what he says. And no, I don't want a picture, Rodney. So anyway, what do you want now, Craig?
What do I want? I want, you had a problem with the music last week, and you suggested that our listeners come up with some music and send it in. And less than a week later, you put the axe to it.
Yeah, did you listen to the last show?
The one on Friday?
The one
Yes.
where I explained that I like all the songs, but it's just the wrong vibe.
The wrong vibe.
It's the wrong vibe. It's just weird.
No.
Even Vinny agreed. Right, Vinny?
Vinny doesn't care.
Well, he's just sitting there not even saying anything.
You guys both of you clearly care more about this more than I do, so whatever.
Yeah, see, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
The thing that I'm upset about is you told our listeners to get to work, and then people got to work, and then you're like, whatever.
I didn't say whatever. I said they were all really good songs. It just doesn't fit the vibe of the show. People don't like this change. In fact, in the chat right now, I agree with Brian, this person says.
Whatever.
This person... No, what do you want me to do, lie? You want me to read their names? Drew says, I agree with Brian. And then we've got... Actually, F4W Online here. Classic music, he says.
Classic music. You opened up a can and music came out of it. It's the most unfeeling, unemotional, it's just horrible canned music that you put to the show, and it doesn't fit the vibe. You're telling us our show is unfeeling and unmoving and unlifelike? Whatever.
I mean, basically.
Sure.
Okay.
Fine, I'll start the damn show over again, Craig. Here you go.
No, I'm just, Brian.
Online studios in beautiful Bothell, Washington.
We're going to use a new song.
Exclusively
Hey,
at
let's time after talk. That's
WrestlingObserver.com.
fine.
You're listening to the Bryan and Vinny Show with your hosts, Bryan Alvarez and Big Vinny
Jared,
B.
put the graphic back up. Thank you, Jared.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the king of pro wrestling podcasts. Beautiful Bryan Chico Alvarez.
I don't hate this.
Shoulders Torelli.
you don't.
Big Vinny V.
No.
From scenic Bothell, Washington to your brains.
Now we got two
time
voiceovers.
For what everyone's been waiting for. The Bryan and Vinny Show, Bryan and Vinny Show, Bryan and Vinny Show. Sometimes I'm Craig and Granny.
Yes,
Bryan
Craig.
and Vinny Show, Bryan
We can
and
see your
Vinny
face.
Show, Bryan and Vinny Show, but never Witch and Valley. Bryan and Vinny Show, Bryan and Vinny Show, Bryan and Vinny Show.
I'll just let it
Retro
play.
Wrestling all the way. Bryan and Vinny Show, Bryan and Vinny Show. -5 stars every day.
What more would you want? Okay, I'm with Craig now. Play more of these. I like this one.
I actually don't hate this song.
Hey, this is exactly what we're looking for.
Oh, now people are asking for this damn flute song again. Well, I hope you're happy, Craig. There you go. Welcome to the Bryan and Vinny Show, everybody, with Craig. That guy didn't even put your name in it on top of everything else.
Oh, God.
What an
forbid.
irony. Oh, now they all like it.
Yeah, been doing this show for about 8 years. Bryan and Vinny Show.
Well, looks like we may be using that for a little while. Maybe that'll be the Sunday theme.
I'm a fan.
How about we just... there's more coming in. That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to be in that one. Come on now.
What I'm saying is you put people up to a task. They actually took time out of their schedule to do some, and then you were like, meh. So it really bugs me when you
Fine,
waste
I'm
people's
changing.
time.
This is going to be the new Sunday song.
There's more people than
Too
this
bad
guy,
I chose
Brian.
this one. Vinny likes it anyway.
Oh my God.
Sunday theme. There we go. Now we've got a theme for Sunday. All right, we'll find out what... Hey, on Tuesday, we'll choose one for Tuesday. How about that?
Brian, you played one song and you already made up your mind?
Actually, we played a bunch of songs on Friday. That's the only one that Vinny has given the okay to.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Didn't play any.
Brian, I
Friday.
listened to the show.
What do you mean I didn't play any?
You didn't play any. You decided you weren't going to play anymore, and I don't care, so I didn't.
Right.
This is not the right vibe.
Oh, now it's not the right vibe? Fuck off. We're using this one. It's going to be
We are the wholesome of all that's come and gone.
This is the one you used to intro last show. This is the one you played before.
Why is Craig looking at me like that and playing the songs?
For the necklace blind. But it's keeping score for the old folklore. The cherry picked and simplest.
Can we agree that's not the right vibe?
Aye.
Yes, that's not the right vibe. But what I'm saying is, why don't you actually listen to them?
I did listen to him.
You listened to one.
No, Craig. He never played them on the show. He listened to them in his personal time.
This one was done by Halloween.
Really?
No. The more I hear these, the more I like the one we chose.
Say bad.
Maybe if we do a show in Ireland.
There's definitely a European vibe to that one, yes.
I mean, to be fair, they are all better than this one.
That's just Pac-Man.
That's what I used for the Bartlett show.
Bartlett show.
Oh, right. Okay.
I did get a couple of others today that... I think the guy heard my thing and he decided he was going to make some video game songs. That's what I got out of it. You want to hear one of them? I mean, we've got nothing else to do today, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
It's taking the time of the Q&A. What do you think about this one? I feel like this should be when Max Caster comes on the show.
This is like what we have now.
Yeah!
Blondie. It sounds like Blondie, yes. The tide is high above.
Oh, get out of here. Don't ruin the song for me. All right, there's that one. He did another one, too. I think I like this one better than the other one. How about this one? Next time we do an 80s throwback.
It's a guy hitting a ride cymbal. How is this 80s?
Oh.
Now it's 80s.
Thank you. Huh? Wrong vibe?
Does the song start at any point?
No, it just does this for like 4
Is
minutes.
there more to it?
And that's not it.
All right.
What do you guys want? Jesus.
No, you're doing fine, Brian.
All right, how about this one? Actually, we just
Nope.
did that one, didn't we? Yeah, we did that one. How about this?
Brian and Vinny.
Now we're going back to the 70s, baby.
Craig, and sometimes
At least it works with my haircut.
Wrestling, tell me who and what's happening.
This is excellent.
Hanging between the business and storylines. Sometimes there isn't as we're watching along. Did you see him killing that bloke on the outside? Tell them that they're paid by a con, and they'll say,
Oh, now everyone likes that one.
That was a good one.
That was like the theme to what was the show with Balky and
Perfect Strangers.
Balky?
A little bit,
Oh, my God.
little bit of Perfect Strangers, a little bit of Rent. I heard of some Rent influence in
Alright,
that one.
I'll save that one, fine.
Okay.
How about, let's see, Windjammer?
ladies and gentlemen,
We already did that one. That one's already a winner. That one's Sunday. It's already decided.
Forget about the looks. What about the money? Oh, the money. What about the money?
That's what it's all about.
Not fair. You scrimp and you save. You work yourselves half to death, and still you can't afford what you really want. That's not fair.
This whole thing is a drop. Nah? Don't like it?
Uninspiring.
Yeah, we're going to get a copyright violation as well on top of everything else for this show.
Probably.
All right, which was the one you guys liked? This one here? All right, we'll do this one for Thursday. Because Craig's not on anyway. Vinny Thursday theme.
All right.
Okay, we got one more we got to get, right?
If you want, we can keep
What
one of
do
the
you
old
mean if
one.
I want?
Keep the old one on Tuesday. Now everyone's happy.
Well, yeah, let's at least hear the rest so I don't have to hear from Craig. How about this one? Oh, we already got that one. Ode to Vince.
Sounds nice.
I just played it!
Oh, okay, good. All right.
How about this? Apparently, you forgot to turn the mic on. It's been playing for 10 Oh, you know what? Let's try that again. Craig not buying that one.
Well, it's jazz, but the drummer has been taking acid.
Oh, horrible.
Yeah, it's just a drum machine. It's just a drum machine, but it's out
We played that one.
Yeah.
That's the one when we go to Ireland. All right, well, we got two. Maybe Tuesday we'll just do one of the old shitty ones.
I endorse doing an Irish tour, by the way.
or there's probably more coming in.
Well, maybe there are.
Okay.
All right, Steph, if you want to finish yours, send it in. I'll at least
Please.
play it. We'll let Craig hear it and make a decision.
Oh, I've already heard it.
You have?
Oh yeah,
How come I haven't heard it yet?
because I'm friends with Steven there.
So that's how this whole goddamn thing started.
Steven was
Yes.
upset. He got a hold of Craig.
No. I've known this cat for a while, and he's wildly talented, and I just wanted to give him and everybody else a shot.
Is it Steven Tyler?
No,
He's probably talented.
a little bit, yes.
Well, let's get going.
Okay,
Are we doing it again, Rampage?
Yeah.
All right.
right.
We watched AEW Rampage, March 18th, 2022, opened with the Butcher versus Darby Allin, a match I loved. First of all, the show aired as soon as the college basketball game ended. And I think the game went to overtime,
Yeah,
so it was like 20 minutes late. So I don't know if they planned to do this beforehand or not, but they knew, listen, our fans have been sitting there for 20 minutes waiting for this match to start. We're not going to waste any of their time. And this show, they fade in from black, bell rings, and they go. the Butcher was channeling Stan Hansen in there tonight. Just wailing on this little man. Attacking, not giving him any room to breathe, throwing him out of the ring, throwing him into the cameraman. Just a very intense, very scary Butcher tonight. And he beat up Darby for pretty much the entire match. I also love that Jim Ross cannot help himself but call Jungle Boy by his name, Jack Perry. And Chris Jericho.
I was going to say, Jericho called the Butcher by his real name.
Chris Jericho cannot help himself. Andy Williams is a rock star.
Yes.
A legit rock star. He's not just the Butcher. He's Andy Williams, damn it. And then he notes as Darby is trying to break free by biting the guitar-playing fingers, putting his musical career at risk. Jericho is outraged.
Well, they noted he injured his hand the last time these two wrestled, and that could put a real damper on your guitar-playing skills if you tear a tendon in your hand.
That would be a problem. So Butcher's just lariating him. Hitting him with lariats all over the place. Swinging him hither and yon, bouncing him into furniture. Putting him in a Texas cloverleaf, and from that grip, hitting a power bomb. And finally, Darby is able to dodge a charge into the stairs and the floor. He hits a code red on the floor, goes to the top rope, does a coffin drop from the top rope to the floor, bounces back in. Butcher can barely get to his knees, and even from there, when he tries to grab the rope, the hand gives out. He collapses to the floor. He loses by count out. I love this match a ton.
Dude, when I heard it was a count out, I was.
This is not a cheap count out.
Well, the point was, I needed to see it. Because when you hear it, it's like, you couldn't beat the fucking Butcher. This is Darby. Nothing against the Butcher, but this is Darby Allin here. The way that they did this fucking match, where this crazy fucker Darby does the coffin drop off the post, and if you watch it, his fucking head snaps back. You know, they just go. You hear these folks go, every bump is like a car wreck. And meanwhile, you know, as a wrestler, that's a total load of horse shit. Every bump is not like a car wreck.
Not everyone.
But this fucking one was like a
bad
pile up. Jesus Christ, his fucking neck snapped back. I thought this guy broke his neck. So they do this fucking coffin drop off the post to the floor. And Darby slides back in, and the Butcher tries to get in, but this fucking finish was perfect. Now this is going to be my go-to forever. Like that one match with Edge and Christian where they retained the tag titles with a belt shot DQ after like 20 minutes. It was like the only fucking belt shot DQ I've seen in my life that I thought was fucking great. So anyway, I thought this finish was awesome. And no disrespect, Vinny.
Yes.
But you got to be fucking terrible to not be able to do a good big man, little man match.
Okay.
Our hair match was fucking horrible.
I was.
I mean, it was both of our faults. To be honest, it was probably more my fault
If you say
for
so.
having faith.
Yeah, that was an error.
But the fact of the matter is, like, it's really hard to screw a match like this up. And practically impossible.
Well, clearly not.
They had a great, I said practically, they had a great big man versus little man match as he beat the shit out of poor Darby. It was great.
And Darby also destroyed himself. Let's not forget that. His suicide dive is just ridiculous.
Suicidal.
It is. It's aptly named. But Butcher was kind of standing at a weird angle, and Darby's shoulder and ear bounced off the steel barricade, and they tried to cover it. Oh, you know, he caught him in the gut with the shoulder. I don't think so. He caught most of that barricade with his face. And Darby tried to no-sell the fact that he had just, killed himself, but he was pawing at his face and his shoulder most of the match. He's insane. He's absolutely insane.
He is crazy. Now, I did not like the post-match nearly as much as the match itself. The Andrade family office attacks. The Hardys make the save. The highlight of the post-match is as they're putting the boots to Darby here, and the Hardys' music hits, and Isaiah Cassidy is so disappointed.
I was watching Matt Hardy attempt to run down the ramp, and he got a heavy head start. And then his brother fucking lapped him. Jeff ran so fucking fast. I don't know how this guy moves so well. When you think about Jeff Hardy,
yeah.
We watched all those TLC matches, and we thought this guy was like, going to be in a wheelchair by the time the 2010s hit. And here it is, 2022, and I'm sure he doesn't feel great. But he's one of those guys where you wouldn't know from watching him however he's feeling, because he fucking runs, and he jumps, and he slides in, and he's just running wild. I mean, this dude's got to be hurting, but he's just incredible.
It's funny, too, because, Matt has definitely changed his style. He doesn't do the top rope leg drop anymore. He comes off the top rope with an elbow smash, a standing elbow smash. But Jeff continues to do all his craziness.
So the Hardys run out there, and the bad guys run away, and Matt challenges them to an 8-man Texas Tornado match on Dynamite against Private Party and Butcher and Blade. And we didn't even get an answer. And if you're listening to this review and not quite understanding why I didn't like this, you gotta understand this all took like 5 minutes. It took a long time for, in the end, nothing to happen. The match is booked for later anyway, but also it's one of those matches where I understand these 8 dudes don't like each other. They could have just announced it. I would not have asked any questions.
I didn't have any problem whatsoever because nothing else on the show felt rushed.
And that is true.
If there was, like, do we need 3 more minutes for Red Velvet and Layla Hirsch?
No.
I would argue it was fine at 6 minutes. Actually, 7 minutes. So I was fine with it. Sets up a match, and there you go.
We get a Scorpio Sky, Dan Lambert, Paige Van Zant promo. Scorpio says, losers make excuses. He's making history. Lambert announces himself as the co-TNT champion, which is why he's wearing one of the belts. And Paige declares that she looks better than any woman, fights better than any man, and makes more money than the Federal Reserve. And
That's not true.
Well, no, last part is definitely not true.
Yeah,
but
I didn't realize OnlyFans was paying that much.
And Scorpio gives it a snap, and we fade to black. Layla Hirsch versus Red Velvet. Again, they're not wasting any time. The first move in this match was a suplex on the ramp. There's a great moment on commentary. Sometimes I get the feeling that Chris Jericho and Ricky Starks legitimately don't like each other. And Jericho is being his crazy rock star self, and he's screaming, look at Layla Hirsch. She's got that Japanese writing on her gear. You know what that says, Ricky Starks? Ricky says, legit. Jericho says, yeah.
Reminded me of the opening of this show.
A little bit. So we come back from break. Layla's throwing a bunch of suplexes at a Juji Gatami, which leads into the argument whether it's called a Juji Gatami or a cross-arm breaker. And Jericho, of course, is arguing for sports entertainment, so he calls it a cross-arm breaker. And Layla goes for the turnbuckle, which somehow she managed to smuggle under every ring in the country. But Statlander takes it away, and Red Velvet wins with the exact same kick Daredevil used to finish off all his opponents in the first season of his show.
What?
Yeah.
You ever see that hallway fight scene?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, someone paid me to do a cameo reviewing it.
And?
That's pretty fucking good.
It's a really, really good fight scene. Yeah.
I don't know what Kevin Dunn would have thought about it.
Hell, I hate it.
Probably would have thought it fucking sucked because it was one continuous shot.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Allegedly.
And the hero got tired in the middle of it, if you can imagine such a thing,
Yes.
after fighting 18 men.
It was not as good as the fight scene, by the way, in They Live.
People are paying you to review good stuff.
Yeah. Except for the main event of Nacho Libre. That was the worst fucking move. Oh my god. Did I rant about this when I saw the movie in like 2008 or whenever it came out?
I don't remember.
Holy fucking shit, that fucking main event is a pile of shit. It's a shoot minus 5-star match. It's so horrible, and the finish doesn't even fucking make any sense. It's so dumb.
Too scripted.
Bro, dude, I mean, there's like one funny scene where he like does a diving headbutt off the post and he flies for like an hour.
Right.
But I mean, it's so stupid. God damn it. This person says I think I was amused. I probably was amused by the movie, but the main event was fucking horrible.
Okay.
Anyway, I like this match. It wasn't like a great match or anything like that, but
No.
my expectations were low going in, and they very much overachieved. I didn't see any like horribly botched spots or anything. It was fine. Red Velvet won. We had our distraction finish from a. So Chris Statlander has washed off her paint, but now she has different paint.
Right.
But she's different now.
Yeah. I didn't know if it's different or it's less or.
So it used to be like a green lightning bolt, and now it's like a black lightning bolt.
Kind of like one of those things
She's
where
Chris Oscura.
you know, if you followed Chris Statlander's career prior, and you're like a big fan, you bought her merch, and you watch her on Beyond and everything like that, I mean, maybe you'd notice a difference. But as a normal television viewer, it was like they did an angle where she took her paint off,
Yes.
and then she has paint on again. I mean, I'm sure there's a story there, but your average viewer watching on television probably has no idea what the hell's going on.
So to be fair, she used to like put like green dots on her forehead as well, and her hair was a different color, and she had different gear. But the one glaring thing was the paint over the eye, and that's what they kept. So I don't know. Well, there was also a weird contact that she had in. She took that out as well. But I'm just glad she's not an alien anymore because I'm over 40.
I never cared. She was never like actual. She wasn't really from Andromeda.
Jim Neidhart was not actually an anvil.
No, kind of.
Well,
he
he
was.
looked like.
But the point is, like, they never played it up big. It wasn't like Alexa Bliss or The Fiend.
No,
It was just someone who was like a fan of fucking UFOs.
Yes.
And so they said they were from Andromeda, but it wasn't like she fucking levitated or, you know.
It was not
came down
Max
in a fucking
Moon.
Flying saucer.
No.
I could have done without the boop thing that she did.
Well, that was silly.
Well, it was silly, but it wasn't like, you know, she would boop somebody and they'd take a bump and get pinned. It was just like, you know, it'd be like if I gave you a noogie. It's annoying, but it's not like they sold it.
It was not a finish.
No.
That would be a great finish.
A noogie?
Yeah,
Sergeant Slaughter used one.
Well, he did, but
Basically.
it was a noogie to the temple. That could kill a man.
I see.
Your temple's very soft, I hear.
He beat him by messing up his hair.
Anyway. QT Marshall is a promo on Hook.
The internet's talking about what you did to me, he says. The world is talking about what you did to me.
He doesn't feel bad, though. In fact, he wants Hook to join him next week. Gonna present him with the QT Marshall Certificate of Accomplishment.
Dude, I love this shit. This old school stupid shit where the heel's an idiot and he's got some plot, but you know it's going to be foiled.
Oh, yes.
And you're tuning in to see it like fucking Wile E. Coyote.
House of Black versus Bear Country and Fuego del Sol.
Holy shit.
What a great squash.
Actually, it wasn't even the squash. It was the last 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
The last 10 seconds of this match was like one of the best last 10 seconds of any match all year long.
Absolutely.
It was so fucking awesome. Like, they could have taken a nap for like 5 minutes. Like, all of them laid down and took a nap, and you could watch it in picture. If they would have come back and done the last 5 seconds of this match, people would be talking about this match for like years. It was so awesome.
Yep.
Well, that's not what they wrestled for 5 minutes and then had an awesome 15 seconds or whatever it was. House of Black has spent most of the past month or so mainly doing annoying, cryptic promos, pointless. And he just put them in there and let them beat people up, and they're so great. And Fuego del Sol's flying around. He's wearing pink, which irritated Chris Jericho, who dubbed him Pinky Lee. So Pinky Lee catches
There
fire.
was a lot of pink on this fucking show, by the way.
Most of the-
Max Caster even brought it up at the end.
That's true, actually. That's a good point. It's a very pink-themed show. Pinky Lee makes a frantic comeback, but he gets V-triggered. And I'll let you go into detail on the finish.
Dude, I watched it about 10 times because the first time I watched it, Brody King has lost weight.
Yeah.
But what he has not lost is all of his tats.
Right.
And, Malachi Black is also all tatted up. And so at the very end, what happens is Brody King does this huge fucking tope to the outside. Malachi comes off the fucking post with a huge moonsault to the outside. And then in the ring, Buddy Murphy hits whatever the hell his finish is, which was so fast I don't even know what it is. It's like starts as a FU, but then he spins into a... Anyway, it's just so fast and it's so explosive. And they hit these 3 moves in a row, and like each move that hits, the place goes more crazy. So like they see the first dive, and they all get to their feet, and then they see the second dive, and they all jump up in the air, and then Buddy Murphy hits this move that's like 3,000 miles an hour, and now they jump and they throw their arms and they start screaming. It was the best reaction, and Buddy gets his pin. They look like the greatest 3-man team there's ever been on this planet. But the point is, I had to watch it again because I was like, how in the fuck did Malachi Black do a tope? And then, how did he get on the post so fast? I watched it twice, and I had to watch it a third time before I figured out it was actually Brody that did the tope. Because he's so lean, and he's lost, and he's got all these tattoos, that the first fucking time he flew, I thought it was Malachi. The second time he flew, I thought it was Malachi. It wasn't until the third time that I figured out that this wasn't an edit. It was Brody that did that dive. And then Malachi does the moonsault. It was awesome. And the place just went crazy for this. And keep in mind, they've been watching a long-ass show. And so this was, 3.5 or whatever hours into the show. It was deep into, them sitting there on their chairs. But boy, they came out of those chairs for this. It was great.
It's funny, too, because right when Fuego was about to get too much, it was like, they're giving this guy too much. And then all of a sudden, he comes off the ropes. And the thing that starts all those moves is Buddy Matthews. Are we good?
Yes.
You probably have a delay now, but go ahead.
Buddy Matthews ended up delivering a knee in midair to Fuego del Sol. And then those other three things happened. That knee was perfectly timed. And it was awesome. I also noted that when Buddy Matthews is the pretty boy of your group, that's a ugly group of guys.
Oh, horrible that we went down to their looks, Craig. Terrible.
That's a
I'm just
cosmetic
saying.
business, Brian.
I'm just saying. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a cosmetic business of big fucking tough fuckers. You don't have to be pretty.
No.
God damn.
I'm just saying. He is the pretty boy of the group. The other two are menacing.
No,
to say the
Raymond, it
least.
was a V-trigger is what it was.
What's Raymond saying?
He said it was a forearm.
No.
No, it was
No,
definitely...
the forearm was actually earlier in the match. Pinky Lee tried some kind of dive, and Brody King elbowed him out of the sky. It was one of the great things that happened before the last 10 seconds. Anyway, yes, huge thumbs up for the House of Black here.
Can we get these damn six-man belts already?
Right.
Right? Yeah, I think I like this. I like this trio better than the Death Triangle.
I like him doing matches more than I like him doing promos. That's for damn sure.
Well,
Penta Oscuro then does a promo. And he, of course, speaks for a long time. And then his monk, Alex Abrahantes, his druid, whatever Alex is now, translates. But it still cuts a great
okay,
promo.
I have a question. So, did Alex get the mist in the eyes?
I don't think so.
No, he didn't. So why is he now a druid?
Because Penta is now dark.
Yeah.
So now he's dark too. That's it.
That is the answer.
They're both dark. They're both bad.
Silly.
It is silly. It's
They're
wrestling.
both evil. Of course it's silly.
Okay.
So Penta says, thank you for changing us. In the darkness is where Penta feels strongest. Only two things are guaranteed. The Death Triangle is inevitable. And Zero Miedo.
Cero.
Thank you. Mark Henry interviews The Acclaimed and Keith Lee. Somehow The Acclaimed managed to say like the exact same thing every week, but they changed just the one detail that makes it funny. It's your blank-looking ass or your blank-sounding ass. When they called him, they referred to your King Henry VIII sounding ass. We'll send you back to the Renaissance Fair. I cackled. So Keith Lee likes The Acclaimed, he appreciates The Acclaimed, but they are going to learn a lesson that is very painful because they are just a stepping stone. Yeah. If Keith Lee used me as a stepping stone, that would be painful.
No, I was just... So I was going to make some comment about, Penta and Cero Miedo and, like, what happened prior to, 4 BC when they hadn't invented zero yet. Was it Uno Miedo? But anyway, the point of this is I was looking up when, the concept of zero was invented by the Mayans. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It took them a long time.
Right. You do this on your abacus, or?
Well, there have been people on this earth for a long time, Craig. I'm not sure if you're aware of that or not.
Sure.
Okay. So that would mean for millions of years, these people didn't know what a zero was.
Yes.
Which, when you really think about it, like when you actually think about it, it's like, you never think that the concept of zero is so fucking amazing.
It would not have needed to be invented.
It's like, it's nothing. There's zero. I either have one phone or I have no phone. Well, back in the day, you either had one phone or I guess you did have a phone. You always had a fucking phone.
No, everyone had no phone.
You never lost anything because there was no concept of zero. Oh, where are all the cows? Oh, they're there somewhere because there's no zero. But anyway, the point of this is, the reason I bring this up is because we take zero for granted that there's a zero, right?
Yeah.
I was having some conversation before bed with Paisley the other night, and I don't know what I said, but I said something like, there's zero chance. And she actually said, what's zero? And then I really thought, like, what kindergarten are you going to? Like, you can read now, but you don't know what a zero is? Then I thought about it. It's like, well, she's only 5. Most people, it took millions of years to discover what a zero was. So, this ain't so bad, I guess. So I explained that zero was when there's not anything. And I think she got it. If they would have had one guy that could have explained that to all those people, you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. The first recorded zero appeared in Mesopotamia around 3 BC. So in 4 BC, you know when they built the pyramids? Way further back than that. So like, no kid could go, was there ever a time when there were they couldn't even ask a question because he doesn't understand the concept of zero pyramids. You know what I mean?
You remember when I was talking about the music earlier on this show? This is not the
I
worst
should go
thing
back
that's
to
about
that?
this show. No. I'm just saying there's other things we could nitpick.
It is deep
It
stuff
is.
there, Sir Huggington's. It's very deep when you think about it.
We have a card for Dynamite.
I hope that's his real last name.
We have a card for Dynamite. Of course, the Hardys and Sting and Darby versus AFO in an 8-man tornado tag
Don't
match.
put inflection in your voice. Do not give spoilers,
Oh,
Vinny.
damn it. Did you start reading them?
I can't spoil a match that hasn't happened yet.
Hold on a second.
Well, it's all
This
about
is for
inflection.
Wednesday?
This is for
You can do
Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Craig,
No,
do me a favor.
It's all about inflection.
Craig, disconnect and reconnect. You got a bad delay. Go ahead, Craig.
Okay, that 8-man tag that I talked about now. MJF speaks. The first time we've heard from him since, of course, he lost to CM Punk and then turned on Wardlow. Or Wardlow turned on him first. He beat up Wardlow. Anyway. And Chris Jericho and his new tag team partner, Daniel Garcia, the Red Death, will face Alex Reynolds and John Silver for the Dark Order, who are apparently the number one ranked tag team for the time being. There's some inflection for you.
I don't want to upset you, Vinny, but I've got Fauntleroy on the payroll. He's in charge of reading all spoilers.
I see.
Yes, from this point forward. So no reading anything that's already been taped. That's
I'll
Fauntleroy's
try
job.
to remember not to avoid it.
Yes.
I do want to point out, All Elite Wrestling has done a much better job this week of announcing their card at a point people can, at a pace, people can comprehend it and hear it and process.
Very interesting.
I think so.
Very interesting that they're revealing more of the card in advance. Anyway, let's talk about the main event.
It's not advanced. It's at human speech speed. Keith Lee versus Max Caster in the main event. So Max Caster, they're in Texas. He had some line about Ted Cruz running away from a snowstorm and a tribute to Razor Ramon in there. But my favorite line is when he just says, "You must be new here. Those colors are ours. You're going to have to get some new gear."
Yeah,
I like that.
that was a good rap.
Yeah. So they had a very different AEW match. It was, in a good way, slow. Keith Lee did a lot of standing there and looking impressive, and Max Caster stood there and looked scared.
Keith Lee has the best spot ever, and that is his overhead throw.
Yes.
Because, as noted, it's not like one of those beautiful suplexes where you pop the hips and all that shit.
Sure.
He grabs you and he fucking throws you straight up in the air and over and onto your back.
Yes.
And he doesn't arch. He doesn't bend his legs.
No.
He just goes. He throws them. And they fly up in the air. They crash on the ground. It's the fucking greatest. This guy's so strong. I don't know if you're aware of that or not.
He is a beast. He does his
Big, strong dude.
one agility high spot. The leapfrog drop down high cross.
Didn't even do the eye cross.
That's right, because
Caster stopped.
Caster throw ups. That's true. So, but basically, it's very methodical. He stands out. He works a different match now. It's better for him. It's better for him anyway. This is a better match than he usually has, but it also helps him to stand out from everyone else on the show because he's working at a much different pace. So Powerhouse Hobbs comes out to watch. There is a brief heat segment for Caster, but Keith makes his comeback, and even his comeback is super deliberate. It is one move and shoot a mean stare, and it's block a punch and stare at him forever, and then do the big double hand chop or whatever. And eventually Caster tries to lift Lee for something, but he fails because Lee is huge, and so Lee grabs him, hits the Big Bang Catastrophe, and wins.
You know, at the end of the day, it's don't do more than you need to.
Yeah, less is more.
This is how much this guy needs to do to get massively over. And so what's the point of doing a lot more? Like, you can bust out some cool move every now and then or something new or mix it up a little bit. But, you know, if you're going to get over this big, moving at this pace, at that size, then that's what you should be doing. And I also like on his, which I don't think they called the Big Bang Catastrophe here, I've noticed.
I don't think they've given it a name yet.
No, I don't think they used that name. But anyway, the ring is it's bouncy and everything, but it's not as bouncy as Keith Lee makes it. He has a way of hitting the move and then doing an extra gigantic bounce, so it looks like he's an asteroid that has hit the Earth, although they don't bounce, I've heard. But just the great weight. So I think it adds a lot to the finish. It's not as cool as what Impact does with Jonah, which is they basically have the camera guy put the fucking camera on the mat, filming up. And so at Impact, the camera like bounces high in the air. It's awesome. But this is the second best.
So, allow me to complain for a moment. The basketball game went long. I had my DVR set. So, I lost 20 minutes of the end of the show. So, I went back to find it on demand. On demand, you cannot fast forward and you cannot rewind.
Oh, wow.
On demand what? What do you have?
I have DirecTV.
Ah.
Well, if I may
bad.
give a bit of advice here, it is to switch to YouTube TV. Because they also have a little man. It might actually be Fauntleroy. I don't know what he does in his off time, but
Does he have a boat? or-
this bloke actually goes in and he splices it up.
Okay.
So you never miss anything if you watch the replay. It's pretty
Yeah.
handy.
So to watch this match, I actually had to turn the TV on, start the DirecTV on demand, and let the whole thing play because I had only the last 10 minutes to watch.
Well,
Great match.
It was a good show.
Yeah, it was. I didn't need to watch it twice.
There's
Yeah.
worse shows you could watch twice. So Keith Lee wins, and afterwards,
Many.
many shows that are worse. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He is jumped by Starks and Hobbs and the Acclaimed, but then Swerve comes out. Take the save, and I guess we're getting Swerve and Keith Lee versus Starks and Hobbs, I guess.
Cool.
The end of Rampage. Thumbs up.
Yeah, that should be a good match.
Yeah, that's it, everybody. That was Rampage. I like the show a lot.
Very good show.
Now I get after this show to go watch SmackDown,
Oh,
where I think they tried to kill Roman Reigns or something.
Oh, great.
And they allegedly broke Bianca's hyoid bone.
Oh, fun.
oh, jeez.
I need some fucking...
Isn't that what Lance broke?
Yes. If you'd like to send in questions, do it now, everybody. We'll do a live Q&A here for the next few minutes. You can send your questions to me, Vinny, or Craig. No questions for Oreo or Fauntleroy. I don't want them to get a big head, especially Fauntleroy because he's already pretty small. I don't need him to be unbalanced. So send them in, everybody. Let's see what people have got to say here today. A lot of people pushing for YouTube TV, Craig.
Well, they do have a DirecTV Now or something like that where it's all just
I tried it for a while. It sucked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can get it for free for a bit, so we'll see.
The problem was that you could only. It might have changed by now, but like, if I went to Cannon Beach, I wasn't allowed to watch it because I
Right.
wasn't. And then
You weren't on your Wi-Fi?
the stupid DVR only you got like 20 hours of everything on your DVR. YouTube TV unlimited DVR. Unlimited. 1 billion hours you could have.
I've been with DirecTV for such a long time, and my wife is very good about swinging deals that I barely pay anything for it now. That's a whole bad thing about switching. I'll actually have to pay more.
This person says, how soon do you see the Hardys versus the Young Bucks?
I would hold it off for a while.
Not right away, because the Bucks have been teasing something with FTR. And the Hardys are going to finish this thing with Andrade
Yeah, we
which
got a
has
while.
a bunch of teams to work with. So, yeah, I think the Hardys will beat a few teams before we get Hardys and Bucks.
This person here says, not a question, but my compliments to Vinny. His mannerisms during those silent films you showed during Observer Live on Twitch are on point. The angry foot stomp is the best I've seen. It used to be, but not anymore.
Oh, yeah.
On lay. What the fuck is with this foot stomping thing?
I have been told that I was her age. I was also an epic stomper.
What is that?
It's-
Paisley never did the foot stomp. I don't even know, like, what is it that a kid thinks, when I'm so mad, I'm going to stomp my foot? Which, by the way, is how Rumpelstiltskin got split in half. But she's not old enough to understand yet.
Is it just the one foot that she stomps, or is it
One.
is it like a small dance?
Nope. She
Oh,
just
see, that's different.
she stands. She lifts her knee up so fucking high, and she
Okay.
just stomps.
Now, see, I was stomped down the hallway, right, left, like Godzilla.
I like the fit when the kids actually like run in place. You know?
Nah, she never. Neither of them ever did that.
Huh.
She has no other outlet for her rage, Brian. To answer your question.
Paisley never gets mad.
That's
but
'cause she takes
Hanalei
after
is
her mom.
always mad.
She takes after you.
God, you should see her eyebrows. And her eyes are like so big, but then her eyebrows go like that, like they furrow like nothing I've ever seen before. And she just looks so angry. God, we had a battle today. Oh man. Then we hugged.
Sounds like UFC.
It was pretty cute. It was basically, except there was no physical violence.
I'm happy to hear that.
I was trying to explain to her,
She'd kick your ass.
probably, but she doesn't understand. If she wants something, she can just ask.
Sure.
She wants something, and she immediately does the eyebrows, and she starts screaming and stomping her foot.
Oh, you don't say.
And I'm like, bro, I'm not doing anything till you stop screaming. And then she gets more mad, and I'm like, if you stop screaming, just ask me what you want, and I'll do it. And then she gets even more mad, and we just like for 15 minutes, we just had this like battle of wills. And then finally, she just came over and hugged me, and we just chilled out for a while. She just forgot what she was so mad about.
You're a worthy opponent. I have respect for you.
We are. Holy smokes. I have to deal with Paisley, and Whitney has to deal with Hanalei. Because Whitney's used to dealing with me, and I'm used to dealing with Whitney.
Gotcha.
So I know how to handle Paisley, but she's baffled. And then she knows how to handle Hanalei, but we're just, holy smokes. Now that he's a heel, should Jericho change his theme music or keep it the same? I think he should have one of our listeners make a new song.
That's a strong argument after
Yes.
tonight. I think having... Well, no, they already said about it. It's part of why he wants the fans to appreciate him. He lets the fans sing the song they want to sing. Thus, he expects they will appreciate him more. And that's what he's after, is appreciation. So he should keep it the same. And beyond the gimmick, it's like the song is more than just Chris Jericho's entrance song at this point. It's a big part of the show. They can't change it.
I do see the guy's point, though, because when you're a heel, when you change from babyface to heel, you don't want to do all the high flying and flashy moves and whatnot. But I don't know. That's tough. Maybe they could like tune it down a note and make it
Minor key, Judas.
Yeah, make it a dirge.
Yes. So take out all the instruments except one soft piano and a cello.
No, have a MIDI version, like those songs that we play, like a video game version of it.
Sure, yes.
Oh, 8-bit.
8-bit.
Yeah. Spurs says the Briscoes won the Crockett Cup. Do you think it's possible we'll see this factor into the ROH plans? Well, I mean, the Briscoes were not under contract to Ring of Honor. No one's under contract to Ring of Honor. So whoever was putting together the Crockett Cup, they booked them and then they had them win. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that one would have anything to do with the other. AEW working with DDT, big deal, medium deal, or no big deal? I would not say it would be a big deal.
Yeah. I don't know much about it, but I would guess it would be the biggest deal for the people in DDT who are going to get more chance for more exposure now. I think it's a better deal for them than for anyone else.
Well, they can send people from here over there to tour.
That's true.
That would certainly help people.
Get them exposure and a new from excursion. Yeah. Get them a new audience to work before.
I hope they sign a blow-up deal.
You know, I actually don't know much about the deal, but, there was but before the announcement of the purchase of Ring of Honor, there were multiple rumors going around, and one of them was that they purchased the library of a Japanese promotion that was not New Japan.
Okay.
Here, listen. They didn't announce anything, and maybe there is nothing to it, but this shit doesn't come out of nowhere. Like, I would not be surprised if part of this deal is having the rights to the DDT library for whenever they do their... And I am still expecting, by the way, that at some point there's going to be something announced with HBO Max. I know nothing was announced on that Wednesday, but long story short, there was and is another announcement, which I don't know what it is. But I do know that the Ring of Honor announcement was not they had a backup announcement. How about that? They had a backup announcement. I know that 100%. They had a backup announcement. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was, whatever. But they did have one because Tony Khan, I believe, announced that he was making an announcement before the first announcement was 100% finalized.
Aha.
So he had another announcement just in case. But I don't know what that was. Where is Xia Li vanished to on SmackDown? She has no path to WrestleMania, I hear. But she had her 3 weeks. Everyone has their 3 weeks. You know how this works.
Somebody send these people a Google Maps. They can all get to WrestleMania very easily.
Yeah, run in during a match. Tully brings the Briscoes for revenge on FTR. Your thoughts? Well, he could do that.
That's not a bad plan.
There's a lot of
Tully and the Briscoes together? That's weird.
I have faith in them to make it work.
Oh, yeah.
It's not
It's
this.
still weird.
It is not a natural fit like Tully and FTR are.
I can't see Tully wearing a camo sports jacket.
He would not be the third Briscoe. He would not be Uncle Tully. He would be Tully Blanchard, managing the Briscoe brothers. They don't have to hang out when the show's over, but they can get shit done during the show.
Didn't they sign that match for the Ring of Honor Supercard?
FTR versus Briscoes. Yes, that is happening at the Ring of Honor pay-per-view.
Let's see here. What do you think of Gresham winning the Progress Championship as current ROH champion?
Interesting.
Bro, Gresham could win every championship on this fucking planet and I'd be okay with it.
Pretty much.
That man's the greatest. The greatest! This person says Tony has a lot of irons in the fire. Yes, he does.
He does.
He has many irons in the fire.
He has the whole fire.
I don't know. Is there a question there?
No.
Okay.
I'm waiting for some more questions.
I see.
Oh.
Yes, Tony Khan's a very busy man, a very hardworking man, but
Get some questions in and we're going to wrap this up, everybody.
that's pretty much how it works, yeah. Pretty boring Q&A with
I
no
spent
Q.
too much time at the beginning talking about fucking songs
Did any
and the
come in?
concept of zero.
In the ensuing 50 minutes, have any more songs come in?
I can check. I doubt it.
Craig, can you throw something together? Got a harmonica or anything now?
Oh, my amp's downstairs. Never mind.
I found my harmonica. Paisley's now old enough to figure out sort of how to use it. Like, she can't play anything, but she can figure out the how to blow into the thing.
Yes.
Sure.
I made a big mistake showing her that.
You sure did.
Yeah.
I've been around enough kids to know that once they find a noisemaker, they stick with that noisemaker.
Luckily, they grow tired of it quickly.
She did grow tired of it. She forgot about it.
Yep.
Thoughts on booking a weekly Ring of Honor show on top of everything he does? Well, I think it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
But it depends on how he's going to do it. If his idea is, all right, here's a lineup for Supercard. I guess Supercard of Honor's already done, but let's say the next one is whatever the next pay-per-view is. I don't know what it would be. Let's say that Final Battle's coming up. If Tony's going to go, here's my 8 matches I want for Final Battle, QT, book some fucking storylines to get to these matches. Fine. That can be done. If he's going to be doing the daily booking every single solitary show and everyone's promos and all that kind of stuff, that's going to be too much.
I guess it depends on what the show ends up being. But booking and I've never booked anything, obviously, but it's a 1-hour TV show. It's mostly long matches with occasional promos. This doesn't strike me as don't overthink it. I guess what I'm trying to say. It shouldn't be a massive project.
2%, 1%, or whole milk?
1.
Whole.
Fair life.
Fair life.
Fair life.
No, brother. What the hell's the name of that? Alexander Family Farms.
Is that the one with the glass bottles?
No, it's a plastic bottle.
All right.
But it's 6% milk fat.
Wow.
6%. It's so good.
I'll have to give it a go sometime.
If you're watching your calories, I don't recommend it.
No.
But otherwise, if you want some fucking yummy ass milk,
Yeah.
bro, you go get one of those shitty powdery protein shakes and you put that in fucking 6% Alexander Family Farms milk. Thank me later. It's so creamy and chocolatey. Holy smokes. I'm getting thirsty right now. One more. Is Impact Wrestling's Multiverse of Matches the best name for a show in 2022? And if not, then what? I can't think of a better name in 2022 than Multiverse of Matches.
I mean, not only does it fit what's going on with the world of pro wrestling right now, but it fits very well with a massive media company like the Marvel Cinematic Universe is doing. So it comes off as parody is the wrong word, but you're playing along. You happen to be playing along with the cultural zeitgeist, I think is what they call it. So it fits it perfectly.
I saw the trailer for that yesterday when I went and saw the new Batman. That is
Doctor Strange?
Yeah, it's fantastic. And Batman was fantastic, by the way.
I'm sure.
Well, I can't wait to watch that new Sonic the Hedgehog. That's all Paisley's been talking about. Sonic the fucking Hedgehog.
Yeah, don't take her to Batman.
And now Hanalei can say enough to be able to say the words Sonic Hedgehog as she runs really fast. At least she does something cute.
Wow. What a horrible father.
I'm not a horrible father. We hugged all day today after our battle.
Oh,
Anyway, we're going to wrap it up. We got a lot to get into this next week. Raw, 15?
15. Yeah.
Raw 15.
Checking now, sir. Yes, 15.
We'll wait.
Should be the first episode of May 1993.
Are there any pictures on there? Like, who's on the show?
Well, this is loading on my notes.
Oh,
So, no, there's no pictures in my notes.
all right.
We
Well,
don't
anyway.
have pay-per-view for another week. 2 weeks.
Thank God.
Yeah. But
Better
then
that
it's
way.
a 2-day.
Then it's all weekend, so be ready, everybody.
Nice.
All right, that's it. We're going to wrap it up. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll talk to you again after a while.
Good night.
Adios.